and welcome! In this video, we will discover the 11 sacrifices you need to make to become rich. On your path to becoming rich and successful, there are trials you have to win, temptations to overcome, obstacles to defeat, and sacrifices to make. Personal sacrifices on this note basically mean denying and restricting yourself of certain habits and placing restrictions on stuff that you are most likely to indulge in. Making sacrifices is of utmost importance because its rewards are not only monetary, but also in the form of personal and professional satisfaction. When you have a sense of fulfillment doing what you love, you will be motivated and inspired to do more. Getting rich does not happen overnight. It is a process that involves a lot of work, dedication, consistency, and commitment. The more effort you put into your hustle brings you a step closer to achieving your dreams of riches. The success stories of a significant number of self-made individuals who have made a name for themselves by amassing an incredible amount of wealth can attest to these points. If you want to become rich, then you have to give up something essential as you work towards your goal. As you are channeling more of your valuable effort, energy, and resources into pursuing your dreams, you are sowing a seed that is bound to grow and yield fruits. If you were wondering what these sacrifices are, we have got you covered. In this video, we are going to present you with 11 sacrifices you need to become rich. Just before, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download your free book on financial freedom by clicking on the link in the description below. 1. Family. Family is top on the list because it is probably one of the greatest sacrifices you will have to make on your path to riches. Most successful people hold off from starting a family early because of how demanding it can be. They typically settle down after they have reached a certain level of success in terms of their finances. To accomplish this feat requires you to invest a significant amount of your time, attention, and energy into the business that pays you. But with a family at home, your attention splits immediately, and it will be difficult channeling that same level of commitment or focus you had. Something has to give. Having a family also means that you have to bear the full financial responsibility that comes with starting a home. Once you start having kids, it means that your entire working structure has to change to accommodate your new responsibilities, and that limits the level of workload you can take on. As a parent, you cannot neglect your kids or partner. And even if you have some extra bit of hands helping to get the chores or any other basic activity done, your presence is what matters most. With a family at home, it is going to be tough putting in the long hours or channeling all your efforts into meeting and surpassing your targets. 2. Health. Another top sacrifice you have to make concerns about your health. As a budding entrepreneur, your focus will be on making a name for yourself and establishing your enterprise as a dominant force in your respective industry. This means that in the early days, you are going to be spending at least 16 to 18 hours doing what's necessary to build your empire from the ground up. Even after an exhausting day, you will spend most nights awake, assessing certain issues or decisions that could either push you forward or set you back, along with effective solutions that will yield positive outcomes. This constant grind will take its toll on your health in several forms, with the most common being tiredness. In the process of trying to make things run smoothly with little or fewer drawbacks, entrepreneurs usually experience a great deal of mental, physical, and psychological stress, which they often neglect in the pursuit of success. 3. Friends. If you are serious about becoming rich, then you are going to have little or no time for friends. If you truly want to make it, you need to be careful about the kind of people you surround yourself with. This means sacrificing your friendship with individuals who do not actively encourage or support you. It is common for successful people to have only an inner circle of individuals with whom they share the same vision or mindset. On your path to riches, you must detach yourself from toxic friends who do not support your dream and individuals who do not have a clear vision of what they want. You need people who are doing the same thing as you because they can relate to the struggles and understand why you are putting in that level of effort. If your current friends are not adding value to you personally or professionally, then they are not worth your association anyways. 4. Hobbies. Hobbies are activities you engage in regularly for fun. To sustain an active hobby requires time, effort, and financial resources, which in your early stages of becoming rich you cannot possibly afford. If you are serious about getting rich, then you will have to restrict yourself from certain secondary activities, and hobbies are one of such activities. This is for the greater good, as you have your eyes on the prize. You should not indulge in activities that have no impact on your goals when you have serious business to take care of and appointments to catch up with. If you want to be rich, then you need to outline your priorities, and having a hobby does not make the cut. You need to drop non-productive activities that will not contribute to your life and career. Having a hobby can always wait until you become rich, but working to become rich most definitely cannot wait. 5. Time. The aphorism, "time is money," is legit. Because the less time you waste, the more you can get done, and the more money you can make. The amount of time you put in, along with the quantity and quality of work you deliver, plays a crucial role in your level of success. Time is a valuable resource, which you have to spend on your enterprise instead of wasting it on irrelevant undertakings. Your journey from 0 to a 6, 7, or possibly 8-figure income will take an average of 0 to 10 years or longer, depending on your products or services, your respective industry, your business model, your personal expenses, your investments, and not to forget the level of time effort you are willing to put out to make it happen. The days you spend developing your products, sourcing for new leads, negotiating with clients, and branching out to new markets are probably not going to be the best years of your life. You are going to face challenges and rough times. It is not going to be easy. But do not forget that it is one of the sacrifices you need to make to become rich. It is time you spend doing all these that yields these positive results you need. 6. Happiness. Happiness is one of the biggest sacrifices you have to make to become rich, because money can't buy you happiness. But with money, and loads of it for that matter, you are able to enjoy a lot of things that can lead to happiness. But what exactly constitutes happiness? Its definition is different from one individual to another. To some people, happiness means the joy that comes from spending more time with family and friends, paying their bills on time. While to others it may mean not doing any work at all and having a fun time. But the truth is, to become rich, you have to sacrifice your happiness to a certain level. Even if you love what you do, you will not be happy going at it for 12 to 16 hours straight every single day. Coping with this is going to be tough. It is normal for you to feel that way, but you know what you are working towards, and that should be your motivation. However, there is a need for you to ensure balance in the amount of happiness you are willing to give up in exchange for financial compensation. If you let go of too much, coping with your success later on might become difficult. Sacrificing your happiness at this early phase will permit you to afford or accomplish feats that can lead to happiness and give you a sense of fulfillment in the future. For example, being able to spend quality time with your family without having to worry about bills, donating to charities, supporting causes, etc. 7. Sleep. If you are willing to be successful, then you must be willing to give up sleep. If you love sleep more than success, oh boy, then you can never be successful. You need to cut down on your sleep and use that time in a productive and efficient way. Do not get me wrong, of course. You are only human, and there is a limit to how much your body can handle in regards to stress. But you need to realize that on this journey, it is crucial that you work hard and sleep less. To become rich, you should only go to sleep when you have completed a task or an activity that brings you one step closer to achieving your dreams. A lot of millionaires and billionaires sleep less than they should because they recognize the opportunities they can miss out on if they should. Instead of sleeping more than you need, you can be using that time awake to be more productive. It is all about catching up and covering more ground, even after daylight. 8. Entertainment. In your early days of starting out, you should not be spending hours binge-watching a movie over popcorn, and neither should you be playing video games on end when you have a business to run. This means that your entertainment has to be restricted to a certain degree, especially in your early stages. If you want to be rich, you cannot waste precious time on things that do not have value, or support your work, and entertaining yourself is just another form of wasting time. There is no need for you to binge watch an entire season of How to Get Away with Murder or the latest movie if you are not a movie critic. There is also no need for you to constantly be on social media unless you are running a media business. If you find it difficult from committing to this sacrifice in totality, then you can control it by making sure that it constitutes part of your downtime and a reward for your productivity. 9. Caring about the opinion of others. This sacrifice can be particularly challenging because it is human nature for you to want other individuals to see you as likable. Life is not a popularity contest, and not everyone is going to like you. As a matter of fact, on your journey, you are going to come across a lot of naysayers who will discourage you or give you reasons why your ideas won't work. You should not worry about what other people think about your process, what you are doing, or how you are getting it done. For you to succeed, you need to block out the desire to be liked. You cannot impress everyone. Plus, attempting to do so will be at your own expense, and this can hinder your growth. I am not saying that you should dismiss or ignore the opinion of other folks, but don't allow it to stop the work you are doing. If other people will like you for who you are and how you approach certain issues, especially your work ethics, that is great, but you should never go out of your way to please them. When working towards your goals, all that matters is getting the job done, and sometimes that cannot happen by being the most popular person in the room. Trust me, by the time you become super wealthy and decide to plan an exclusive party on a yacht, you will have loads of people trooping in and wanting to be your friend. 10. Income. In the early stages of becoming rich, you need to sacrifice your income. There are no two ways about it. Until you hit it big, every single dollar you make has to be invested back into your business. It is a simple cycle you need to keep rolling. If you take continuously without giving back, then you are going to run dry eventually. You must feed the cow you are milking. If you do not put back your own share of income into your enterprise, you may be forced to borrow, which puts you in debt, and that is something you need to avoid, especially when you are trying to make loads of your own money. On your list of appropriations, you should be at the very bottom, unless you are going to spend money to acquire new skills, develop your abilities, and broaden your knowledge of your respective industry. To ensure that you are not sabotaging your efforts towards amassing wealth and riches, it is important that you keep track and record of how every single penny you make from sales is utilized to develop your enterprise. You need to exercise self-discipline, most especially when your efforts begin to yield results in terms of cash. 11. Comfort. Sacrificing comfort entails you living within your means. If you are just starting out, then you most probably should not be living a luxurious lifestyle. This can wait until you hit it big. In the early stages, your focus should be on cutting costs and stacking up on every single penny you make. You should only spend when necessary and acquire those things that you can afford. Sustainable spending in your early stages is the simplest way to direct money into your business to stimulate growth. It is mind-blowing how folks spend money on meaningless stuff they regard as important in ensuring their comfort. You do not need a new tablet if your old one still functions perfectly. Neither do you need to live in a massive house or expensive apartment in your 20s or 30s. You could choose an apartment that is comfortable and also allows you to save on rent. This way you can use the remaining money for something else that is productive and will yield profits. A significant number of successful individuals go through a phase where their focus in all aspects is on minimizing expenses and maximizing inflow of cash. Conclusion: making a sacrifice is never an easy task, and when it gets tough on your way to the top, you should not forget the rewards you are set to reap as a result of your hard work. Well, if you enjoyed this video, as hard of a pill as it was to swallow in some places, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. You are also free to receive the new book, 5 Steps to Reach Financial Freedom, by clicking on the link in the description below the video.